there, kings and queens. Welcome back to my channel, What Goldie Loves. And today, our topic is all about you. So, if you want to learn some things about yourself and grow as an individual, stay tuned. Are you open to learning more about yourself? Or do you think you know about yourself and you have no room for learning anything further about yourself? If you feel as though that you know everything about yourself and you don't want to learn anything else about yourself, then shut this video down right now. But if you are open to learning and growing as an individual, no matter how old you are, stay around and listen, because at any age, we all can learn some things about ourselves. And believe it or not, learning things about ourselves helps us to deal with the world a lot better. You know why? Because no one can criticize you, judge you, condemn you, break you down, or any of that old negative stuff if you know yourself, and if you know yourself really well. Now, these are some things that I had to learn over the years. I had to learn myself, my behavior, why I did certain things, you know what I mean? Like why I didn't get along with certain people. Yeah, all that good stuff. It took me to a place where I wanted to learn who I am. Why do I do the things that I do? Why I don't get along with certain people? Why I don't get along with certain behaviors? I'm a very honest person, and I learned that a lot of people don't like honesty. Some people would rather hear falseness, and I'm just not that type of person. So I find myself not really having a whole lot of friends, but I have the right friends. One of the first things that you have to do to really get to know yourself is to study. Just like you study other people and you could point out the flaws of what's wrong with somebody else, you need to do that to yourself. You have to self-study. And self-study comes with looking inside yourself. It's like really reading a book, just like you go to study a test. Study yourself. Study your behaviors. Study what triggers you. Study how you react to certain things. Okay? These are things that will help you become a better you and to have more self-love. Self-love, self-acceptance are great tools to have living on this earth, okay? When you discover the dark sides of yourself, oh my goodness, how it strengthens you. Because now you know this dark side of yourself that you can now tweak and fix to make you a better person. Now, wouldn't that be good? Now, most people don't think that they have a dark side, or even they don't even care that they have one. But if you care about yourself and about getting along in the world with other people, then you have to realize that none of us are perfect. Although we were perfectly made by God, we are all imperfect people. And that's my dog barking. Hold on for a second. We're all the same. We're not that much different from one another. We all want love. The problem is most people look for love from outside sources instead of looking for love within themselves. And that's the key, looking for love within yourself. And that is really hard for some people to do. Some people try to mask love with vanity and arrogance, and that's not love. That is fear. That is fear. When you're running around trying to prove things to the world, that is fear. So you have to look within yourself to find the love that you so desire. It's in there. You just have to find it. You don't have to get everything I say, and you don't even have to understand it right now. As time goes on, you will understand exactly what I'm saying. I'm talking about really respecting and cherishing the person that you are. And this is hard for some people. But once you learn how to do it, it becomes easier. Do you know that God specially made you? He created you the way that He wanted you to be on this earth. He knows you better than you know you. And sometimes other people know you better than you know you. I remember one time my siblings told me that I was controlling. And never in a million years did I think that I was controlling. I just always wanted the best for everybody, and I used to impose that on them. Back then, I didn't know that that's what I was doing, but that's what I was doing. So now that I've learned me and I love me, I worry about me. I let people do what they want to do and live their lives. I have definitely learned not to give advice. If it's not asked for, I don't give it. That's where I'm going at. So, my whole point is that you were perfectly made by God, and God made none of us perfect. Okay? So, in saying that, I'm saying that we all have flaws. We all have flaws. And I believe that God gives us flaws so that we can come to Him as His children and to ask for His help. That's what He wants from us. He wants us to come to Him. There is really a human being out here that can help you unless it was ordained by God. God will send people to you to help you. Okay? And some people are more receptive to this help than others are. But I want you to be more open to getting to know yourself better and accepting that we all have flaws. It's nothing wrong with that, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. Some of us were born into a mess, okay? And we had to deal with that mess as we got older and became adults. And I see it every day that some people still struggle with their past in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. And the reason that they still struggle with their past is because I'm not going to say that they haven't taken the time to get to know themselves and to learn to love themselves, because some people have done the work. But sometimes we miss certain things, that we need to know to fully love ourselves. One thing I learned through my journey is about the subconscious mind. Now, when we are born, no one tells us about the subconscious mind, the conscious mind. Nobody talks about that stuff. But during my studying and learning myself, I wanted to know more about the subconscious mind. I think we know a lot about the conscious mind. Once you think something, you plant it in your head, and then it's there, okay? But the things that we plant in our subconscious mind is a little bit deeper than the conscious mind, okay? So we have to be really careful about what we think, because how we think will lead to how we act, okay? So the subconscious mind, sometimes you have to really study and plant things in your subconscious mind by saying it out loud, by writing it down on paper, by constantly reading it, listening to certain things before you go to sleep, so that way that you it gets into that subconscious mind. Let me tell you something silly that I do sometimes. Sometimes I listen to TikTok, okay? If I want to go to sleep and have good dreams, guess what I do? I listen to TikTok because it makes me laugh. You know what I mean? So it helps me to have pleasant dreams. And I know that might be silly, but the subconscious mind, and saying affirmations. Affirmations really help. If you constantly tell yourself, I love myself, I love myself. Yes, I'm pretty. I'm kind. People love me. I love people. I am very good with people. I interact good with people. If you constantly tell yourself these things, eventually it'll start coming to life. Okay? I just want to help you to improve the quality of your life. Okay? And sometimes we don't see things about ourselves. But I will tell you the number one thing to do to start this process of learning to love yourself is to stop criticizing yourself. Okay? We have all done it, and I still do it sometimes myself, but I am definitely working on it because I've gained so much weight from COVID. Sometimes when I look in the mirror, that little mind wants to say, "Oh, girl, you is fat." But no, I turn that around. I am beautiful. I am healthy. I am slim. You know, I'm feeding my subconscious mind. So this is the first thing you need to do, is to stop criticizing yourself. I don't care what it is that you feel bad about yourself. Turn it around to what you want it to be. Live it as though it is right now. Okay? That's number one. And you are beautiful. You are a beautiful human being, and you deserve to compliment yourself. Don't sit around waiting for other people to compliment yourself, because you know what? You are a good person. You are a good person. We all have flaws, okay? So stop criticizing yourself and start working on the things that you feel are that don't make you happy. You know, if you're overweight, then no one can make you get in shape except for you. You're the only one that can do it. If you feel like you don't get along with people, work on that. You know, if you can't get a relationship, work on that. Some of the things that we can fix on our own if we just work on ourselves. That is so important for your happiness. You can do it, but you have to be open-minded to change yourself and realize you are not perfect. Even though you want to believe that you are not. I'm sorry. And sometimes we have to change some things about ourselves. Listen to outside critics, because sometimes people that are around you know and see you clearer than you see yourself. Some people don't just, especially people that's close to you and that love you, they are not just going to say things about you negatively, you know. They really want to help you, and they want you to succeed and be happy with yourself. I've seen so many people, and I listen to people talk, that are not happy with themselves. And sometimes all it takes is for you to do some inner work. So the first thing I want you to do is stop criticizing yourself. That's number one. Stop it. Go to the mirror and look yourself in the eyes and say, "I am so beautiful. I am so strong. I am perfectly made by God. And I am happy. I am healthy. I am wealthy." Whatever you want, claim it today, starting now. And I would tell you, one of the hardest things to do, and I will challenge you to doing it, is going to a mirror and literally looking yourself in the eyes and say, "Hey, I love me. I love me. I am a beautiful person. I deserve all the goodies and pleasantries that God has put upon us on this earth." Okay? Because some people think that God allow other people to have stuff and don't allow you to have it. That's totally false. That's just false. I think deep down inside, I used to feel like that because of the way that I was brought up, you know, around just the negativity, that's a whole different story. But, you know, just growing up like that makes you feel like you don't deserve, you know, or you're not going to have. I remember one time thinking that, you know, people that lived in a two-parent home opposed to children that grew up in a single-family home, I used to think that the people that grew up with two parents, they had it going on, honey. They had it going on. But as I got older, I learned that no, they did not. they had they had struggles, but it was different struggles than a child being raised in a single parent home. I think children growing up in a two-parent home, they are more financially stable because it's two parents sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. And I have seen people that have grown up in a two-parent home. They had way more struggles than a person that grew up in a single family home. So it's not, how do I want to say? It's not how many parents you had. It's what the parents were instilling in you. It's what type of atmosphere you grew up in. That plays a major role in how we love ourselves. So again, number one rule is stop criticizing yourself. Criticism never does anyone any good, okay? So the goal is start approving of yourself. This is the beginning series of how to love yourself, okay? So this is just the beginning. And I would just like for you to start with stop criticizing yourself and approve of yourself. Be open to learning more about yourself, okay? If you're not getting the things that you want out of life, there's something inside of you that's holding you back. And you have to be willing to admit that in order to move forward. If it's something that you want, relationship, money, love, whatever it is that you want, look within yourself and you will find the answer. I'm telling you this from experience, okay? I know from experience that you can change and that you can find happiness. But it's all up to you. Now, I'm going to come back later on in my YouTube life and touch bases on this because it's so much more to it that I can't get it all in one video. So, as usual, if you found this video helpful, I surely would appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. That really helps me out to build my page. And hit the like button and also hit the, I like my bell, hit the notification bell to inform you of my next video. Well, ta-ta. And my next video I'm meant to tell you is on fibroids. If you know anybody that had fibroids, I am doing I don't know if it's called a documentary or a vlog or whatever on fibroids, because I am going to have a procedure done again on these fibroids. So at any rate, stay tuned for that. Thank you for tuning in again, and thank you for all my supporters. I really appreciate you all. You all give me something to give you because I love helping people, and I hope that my videos do help you all. So God bless you, and see you on the next one.